So welcome to the class. So in this we have started the topic at the time domain analysis of linear system. This is third unit, and in this we are going to discuss first of all the transient and the steady state response. Okay, so let's have a brief overview of what we have discussed earlier. Simply, we have in the earlier chapters we have discussed about the modeling of the control system. Okay, in which in the last chapter we have discussed about the block diagram and the reduction technique. Okay, and then we have discussed about the signal flow graph, Mason's gain formula. Okay, and we have lastly we have discussed about the concept of controllability and observability of any system. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the time response. Okay, the time response behavior of this control system. So simply the time response of the control system means as to how a system behaves in accordance with time when a specified input test signal is applied. Means simply कोई भी सिस्टम अगर गिवन है आपको तो उस पर अगर आपको इनपुट देंगे तो देयर मस्ट बी सम आउटपुट बिहेवियर इन दैट. सो वी हैव टू सी दैट बिहेवियर ऑफ द कंट्रोल सिस्टम. तो इनपुट देने के बाद में मीन्स टाइम के साथ साथ जो उस पर इनपुट आ रहा है तो उस पर हमें क्या आउटपुट मिलेगा, ऑल दैट रिस्पॉन्स वी हैव टू डिस्कस ओवर देयर. अब उसमें होता यह है कि आप जानते हैं कभी भी जो है वो इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू गिव एनी इनपुट सिग्नल सडनली, तो उसके बाद में एकदम से कुछ चेंजेस आते हैं, उसके बाद में वो सिस्टम जाके स्टेबल होता है. In a very simple manner, if you want to understand, then you all know that अगर we are driving a bike or driving a car, तो if you going to change the gear and you speed up, तो एकदम से कुछ changes आएंगे, then after few seconds it's got stable. Okay, so this is the initial behavior after getting the input in the bike or a car is simply the transient behavior. Okay, after a few seconds or after a minute, when your car gets stable on the road, that is the steady state stability or the steady state response of the input whatever you have given. Okay, so that behavior, the transient and the steady state response of the control system of any input, whatever the type of input is giving, we are going to discuss that in this topic. Okay, now here you can see that we have given two signals over here. We have drawn two signals over here. First one, this is the input test signal. Okay, we are giving this input test signal to any system. Okay, and this is the output response of this output response. So in this system and the input and the output, you can see that we have given simply the unit input. Okay, this is simply the constant input we are giving. Similarly, okay, now you can see the output response of this, that the output is simply, you can see that this is fluctuating. ओके, ये फ्लक्चुएटिंग है यहाँ पर आपका, फिर उसके थोड़ी देर के बाद में यहाँ जाकर ये आपका स्टेबल हो जाता है. यहाँ सब ये आपका फ्लक्चुएटिंग है. ओके, और फिर थोड़ी देर के बाद जाकर ये स्टेडी स्टेट कंडीशन में आ जाता है. मीन्स इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू गिव एनी इनपुट सिग्नल तो वो आपका वेरिएशन होगा उसमें. इफ़ इट इज़ अंडर डैम्प्ड कंडीशन, देयर आर वेरियस कंडीशन, वी विल स्टडी दैट. अंडर डैम्प्ड कंडीशन तो ये आपका फ्लक्चुएशन हुआ. उसके बाद में जो आपका आउटपुट रिस्पॉन्स आना चाहिए था, मेनली जो डिज़ायर्ड आउटपुट लाइन है ये है आपकी जो वी हैव ड्रॉन ओवर हियर, तो इसके अराउंड वो फ्लक्चुएट होता रहा और थोड़ी देर के बाद जाके वो आपका डिज़ायर्ड इनपुट के करीब जाकर स्टेबल हो गया. मीन्स यहाँ जाकर ये आपका स्टेडी स्टेट कंडीशन के अंदर आ जाता है. तो आप यहाँ पे ये देख रहे हैं कि ये आपका जो डिफरेंस है इन द आउटपुट एंड द डिज़ायर्ड आउटपुट जो आपका होना चाहिए, द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बोथ ऑफ देम इज सिंपली कॉल्ड एज स्टेडी स्टेट एरर. दिस इज द एरर. स्टेडी स्टेट कंडीशन में आने के बाद में भी जो है वी आर नॉट गेटिंग द डिजायर्ड आउटपुट विच वी नीड ओवर देयर बिकॉज द रिस्पॉन्स इज समथिंग एल्स. सो दिस इज द एरर ओवर हियर इज सिंपली कॉल्ड एज स्टेडी स्टेट एरर. ओके, सो फ्रॉम हियर you can see that the response from here to this line before coming to the stability condition, this is simply called as the transient response. And after this, जब ये आपका stable हो जाता है, okay, that is simply called as the steady state response. Okay, so you can see that in the initial part of the time response, शुरुआत के अंदर control system transient से appear. Okay, इसमें transient appear होंगे. And during the post transient means you can see that over here post transient part steady state is achieved. Okay, so theoretically if we want to say this, that steady state means the state of the output of a control system as a time approaches infinity. टाइम बढ़ता जाएगा आफ्टर इनिशिएशन ऑफ द इनपुट, तो टाइम बढ़ता जाएगा तो फिर ये आपका स्टेडी स्टेट कंडीशन में आता जाएगा. ओके, इन एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस the steady state period and the transient period is identified in terms of time constant of a control system. Okay, this depends upon the time constant. Okay, so thus the time response of a control system, जो पूरा time response है, this is the whole time response, output response of the control system. Okay, this is simply divided into two parts mainly. First of all, we call it as a transient response, and second we call it as a steady state response. And it is simply you can see in these two figures or the responses, the input signal and the output signal is given on your screen. Okay, so this is what. So the transient part of the time, the response reveals, in the transient part of the time, the response reveals the nature of the response, that is, it is oscillatory or overdamped. You can see that in the transient response, you can see here that it is oscillatory or overdamped, and also gives an indication about its speed. Okay, and just simply if you come to the steady state part, then you can see that the steady state part of a time response reveals the accuracy of the control system. Okay, in the end, the steady state error which is shown over here is simply observed if the actual output does not match with the input. So these are the outputs, or we can see that we are getting from the responses over here. Okay, so this is the transient and the steady state response. So there are few input test signals we are discussing over here. So the specified input test signals applied for the response analysis for a control system are described below. These are the input test signals which we applied in the control system, which are step function, ramp function, and the parabolic function and the impulse function. In this, first of all, we are going to discuss about the about the step function. Here you can see that step, मतलब एक step, one step. Okay, step function, as the name suggests. The value of a step function at the time greater than 0 is equals to r. As you can see that its value is r over here. जब तक time चलता रहेगा means you are going to work, we have the same input, means the step function, this is not, it's not going to change, it's a constant function. Okay, so RT, that is the output, the input signal. This is capital R for time greater than 0, and 0 for time less than 0. Before the time 0, it's 0. Okay, so simply the input signal is if R is equals to 1. This is simply the step function, and it's called a unit step function. Unit step function. Okay, so if this is the unit step function, then the Laplace transform of unit step function is simply Laplace transform of unit step function over here, RT, is simply 1 upon S. Okay, the Laplace or you can write this as Laplace of 1. Okay, this is simply 1 upon S. Alright, so then next move to the ramp function. Ramp function is simply, as you can see over here, this signal is given over here. This is the time 0, and this is the time t, means the time is increasing over here, and the output signal RT with the time simply. So this signal is simply equal to RT, capital RT. Okay, the slope of this is capital R, and into T, the output. This is the output, and time is the input over here, but the overall this function is simply called as the ramp input function. Okay, so the value of ramp input function, जैसे जैसे time बढ़ता चला जाएगा, it is going to increase linearly. Okay, so with the time greater than 0, RD is simply capital R into T, and with the time less than 0 is equals to 0. Okay, so this function is simply you can see that if R is equals to 1, then RT, if the slope, this capital R is equals to 1, then RT should be equals to T. Okay, so as the time is increasing, this signal is increasing. So the Laplace transform of T is simply given by Laplace transform of T is given by 1 upon S square. Alright, so this ramp function is also called as velocity function. This is also called as velocity function. and this step function is also called as displacement function. Displacement function. Okay, now the third one is simply your parabolic function. So here the parabolic function, you can see over here, parabola. Okay, this is a very old terminology, you have heard about that. What is a parabolic function? It's simply they are described as more it's increasing. How it is increasing, you can see over here. So the output of this function with the increase in the time, you can see that the small rt should be equals to rt square by 2. Okay, for t greater than 0 and for t less than 0 is the value of rt should be equals to 0. Okay, so if your r, simply the slope is equals to, if we consider as 1, then your function is simply given by rt is equals to t square by 2. Okay, and the if you see that if we are going to write down the Laplace transform of t square by 2, then this should come also be 1 by s cube. Okay, and this parabolic function is also called acceleration function. Okay, so the last one, that is the fourth one, the input signal, is simply called as impulse function. So this impulse function is, you can see that the pulses are given for a very short time being. Okay, pulse, and simply there is a time, you are going to have one pulse, second pulse, for a very short duration of time. Okay, so the duration of the time is given simply as delta t over here. So if the magnitude of the impulse function is unity, if you are considering the magnitude as unity, so this function is simply called as unit impulse function. Okay, if the magnitude is unity. So step function is the simply the first derivative of ramp function, and in turns impulse function is the first derivative of step function. Okay, so unit impulse function can be written down as unit impulse function can be written as the derivative of step function. Okay, unit step function, because it is a unit impulse function. So unit impulse function is simply equals to the derivative of unit step function. And if you are going to find out the Laplace transform of unit impulse function, Laplace of unit impulse function, then it should be equals to simply derivative of Laplace of derivative of unit step function. Okay, so this comes out to be simply the d over dt of this s into L of unit step function. This should becomes out to be s into 1 upon s, which is equals to 1. Okay, so the Laplace of unit impulse function is simply 1. So these are the 4 input test signals we use in the time response of any control system. So different types of first order, second order control system we are going to study in the near future. Okay, thank you.